struggling with tight hip flexors, tight psoas, glutes, hamstrings, tight anything around here, then this little stretch video is for you. We're going to start off with just some hip swings. First we'll move forward and back and then across the body. It's helpful sometimes to just hold on to something so you don't topple over because it's easy to do with the motion. So just forward and back with the foot flexed. And mainly that foot is flexed so that it doesn't scuff the ground behind you. So you'll just do a few forward and back. And then we're going to take the foot across the body. When you take the foot across, you'll see the outside of the shoe on this side. When we take it back this way, we rotate around so the inside of the shoe. And that looks like this, just the hip swing. And just kind of let that foot swing. Just like that. I'm going to do it on the other side. Hold on to the fireplace. That way you get a different angle. And then across the body. Oops. Let's get the hips there. Across the body. Just to open up, get those hips loosened up. Alrighty, very nice. Now, I'm going to move my mat just a little bit of an angle so you can see better. And I'm going to start coming right down into child's pose. My knees are wide, my feet are wide. Taking my hips back. Coming on up in a circular motion. And then taking my hips to the other side. So from the front, I start in child's pose, and I sort of circle up and around, and back to child's pose. And up and around, and back to child's. And we'll do a few of these. Turn around to the side again, do one more. Back to child's. I'm going to come to hands and knees. I'm going to pop my left foot forward. And in this position, we're getting a good stretch of that right hip flexor. Keep your hips square to the front. Head and chest up. You feel a little bit of a stretch in your hamstring. Not a lot. But then we're going to swing on back with the foot flexed in the front to stretch that hamstring. Keeping that head and chest up. Foot is flexed. We come back to that forward lunge. Pop the other foot behind, press up to elongate that stretch. Step up forward, sit back into that hamstring stretch. Again, the foot is flexed, head and chest up. Now go ahead and drop that foot down to the front to kind of take that stretch around towards the shin, the front of the shin. Come on up together. We're going to turn around to the other side. We take the right foot forward, leaning forward, keeping our hips square, head and chest up, abdominals in. Moving back with the foot flexed to take that into the hamstring of the right foot. And then moving forward further into that lunging stretch. Making sure that the knee in the front is over or behind the foot. Push off, step in, move into that hamstring stretch with the foot flexed. Front, and then drop that toe down to take the stretch to the front of the shin. And come on up. Take one arm side. Press those hips over to the side. If you want, you can step behind. Pressing that heel to the ground. And release. Other arm over top. Take that heel behind, if you wish. And release. Taking it back down to the mat. Move from child's forward into that modified plank. Shoulders are retracted, and begin to allow those hips to fall towards the mat. Nice, slow, full breaths in. Tuck the toes under. Push your hips up towards the ceiling in that downward facing dog. Press the hands into the mat. Nice flat back, shoulders are retracted. And now take that right heel up towards the ceiling. Open the hip, bend the knee, keeping that foot flexed. Take the heel back up. Foot down, take the left foot up. Open the hip, bend the knee. Let the weight of the foot just stretch and open up that hip. Take the heel back and down. Coming back down to the mat. Roll over to your side. Turn my mat around again. Coming down to the ground. Lengthen into a nice long stretch. Stretch the right side longer. And release. Stretch the left side longer. And release. Bring both feet up. Pop the right foot onto the left knee. The foot is flexed. Reach through the box. Draw both legs into your body. Really getting a stretch deep into the piriformis of the right foot, of the right leg. Take that foot down towards the mat. The right foot goes over to 3 o'clock. The knee is facing the ceiling. Extend both arms out and look over to the right hand. Now take that right knee and let that knee fall forward. You can take your left hand on top of the knee. Keep the right hand extended out so that you get that lengthening through the upper body as well. And the left arm just places a little bit of weight on that leg to increase the resistance through that hip. You can also bring the knee up even further, stretching deeper into that hip. Roll on back to the mat. Take the left foot across the leg, the knee is out to the side, foot is flexed, reach through the box. Take that foot down to the mat. The left foot goes over to 9 o'clock on the clock. The knee is pointed towards the ceiling. Both arms are extended. I'm looking over at my left hand. And I'm really feeling that lengthening through the left side of my body. And then take that left knee down towards the floor. Place the right arm over top. And you'll have one side that is more flexible than the other. And that's pretty normal. But our goal is to get both sides nice and loose. And then you can bring that leg up a little bit further. Just intensify that stretch. It's getting right deep in that glute. And release. Take both feet and knees over to the front. Extend that top leg. Make it to where you can see. Extend that top leg. The left leg is down and low. Walk your hands out to the front, keeping both sits bones on the mat. Walk your hands over to that right foot that's extended. The left hand, your goal is to reach for the outside of the shoe. And by doing that, you're really lengthening through the side of your hip. You'll feel that. And you may have to start here and kind of slowly, as you get more flexible, work to the side. And that's no problem. And then walk those hands around to the left side and really reach with the right hand here. And then change legs. Extend that left leg. Take your hands out to the front. Try to keep both sits bones to the mat. Walk the hands around, and this time the right hand goes to the outside of the shoe. You can't really see that in the video, I'm realizing. And we're getting that intensified stretch down the right side. And then walk the hands over towards the right, keeping both hips down on the mat. Bring those hands in together. Take the feet sole to sole. Clasp the hands together. Draw your chest forward so you're sitting nice and tall on those sits bones. And release. Extend the left foot. Take that right foot across. And just very similar to what we did when we were in that supine position, we're going to do that in a seated position now. Take the foot down to the mat, wrap that arm around, and twist like a pretzel. Sitting nice and tall. And release. Change legs. Again, sitting nice and tall. Then take that foot down to the floor, wrap yourself around like a pretzel, and look over the left shoulder, sitting nice and tall. And release. And I hope that that feels good on those hips, glutes, quads, and hamstrings. Have a great day.